Hello, John Bloodworth, Gentleman Crafter here again with you for card layout number 61. And this time, I'm hoping this card will give you a smile. It's a very simple one and uses the paper pad from first edition called Gardenia. And there are plenty of different designs in there to adapt and use. Got a couple of different coloured ink pads, and this is the layout that I will be using. Obviously you can download this from my blog if you wish. And I've chosen some papers there and coloured cardstock. There's the sentiment, which came from Visible Image, and of course the paper pad. Starting off by chopping down, and as I briefly mentioned, you can download this layout with all of the dimensions printed on it from my blog, gentlemancrafter.com. A link will be in the description below the video, as always, for all of the other 60 that are now available on YouTube and on my blog. So once I'd finished chopping down, I decided to start by putting the paper down straight away. And this is a 6x4 card. So obviously I've cut the backing paper to match. I always try to line up two sides and then hopefully the rest will fit as well. And then I put it under something like a book to flatten it out while I do the rest of the fiddling. Now, being the reason to smile, being the reason someone else smiles, I'm going to stamp onto this it's almost an ATC size, but I am cropping it down a little bit so that it fits snugly around the sentiment. I've chosen to ink it up with a purple VersaFine ink pad rather than being a stark black, as the purple obviously works with the papers that I chose and will be much softer on the eye. It's worth having a few different colours of ink just for that reason. Maybe pick them based on the cardstock that you use regularly. I just dried that off a little bit with a heat tool, and then I'm inking the edges with a pigment ink. Again, purple to match the tartany paper that's in the background. Blending that off with an ink blending sponge tool thing, whatever you want to call it. Excuse me. Foam pads to raise it up, and I'll come back to that in a moment. First of all, I'm going to stick on the two strips. Now, because there are only two strips, I really wanted to make sure that I got them straight. So as ever, I'm using the gridded ruler, and I haven't mentioned it yet, but my go-to glue being the bookbinding glue from Pinflair. Do look out for that. Now I am deviating slightly from the layout, just purely because I'm going to put everything central. On the layout they're slightly offset towards the bottom. And you saw me there just punching some holes as a reference guide for some gems that I will add in a moment. Off with the foam pad backings and onto the card. Again, just trying to use my gridded ruler to make sure that it sits centrally, or at least in the place it was supposed to be. And then the finishing touch, a few gems. I was debating whether to use a different colour, but I went with the big purple ones in the end, and because I'd put it centrally, I had room to evenly space them. And there we go. There is card layout number 61. Nice, quick and simple. Thanks for watching. Leave your comments below, and I'll see you next time. That's it for this time. If you've enjoyed this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments section below. And for more from me in the future, please remember to subscribe to this channel. Thanks for watching.